Hi everybody, Miss Hazel here.
And Miss Kate.
All right, today I'm going to show you how to make under the sea nightlight. It's so very exciting. Look at this. Kind of really made with household stuff. Shh, it's a coffee filter. Is that crazy? So I have to shout out to my friend Susan who gave us this idea. Hi Susan from New York, thanks for this great idea. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to do it. So, first we're using liquid watercolor. You could use food coloring too if you were doing this at home. Mm-hmm. It's messy and goopy, so I'm going to put my gloves on. My trusty gloves. Okay, protect my hand so I don't end up blue like a Smurf. Were the Smurfs
yes,
blue?
Smurfs
Yeah,
blue.
okay. Yeah. So first I'm going to take my glue. You want equal parts of glue and water. I got a funny little spoon. I'm going to add my glue into my bowl. You could use any kind of a bowl. And then I have water here. I'm going to use about as much water as I used glue. Oh, this is the fun part. Usually Miss Kate does the messy stuff. Somehow I got this project today.
When we practice, I actually put my hand in there.
Oh, she put her hand in it. It was such a big mess. But you can put your hand in it if you're using rubber gloves. So you're going to stir, stir, stir till you have this really nice, soupy, gluey water. And I've got this funny little pipette, but you could use whatever you want. And you want to add a little bit of color at a time because we're going to color the glue that covers the nightlight. This one right here, too much color. The light doesn't shine through it, so be careful with how much color you add. You cannot take color out. So if you start by adding a little bit at a time, then until you get a nice blue that you like. I feel like that's kind of a good color, don't you think?
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
This is good. All right.
Oh, that was just one pipette.
Yeah, that was just one pipette. So maybe like half a teaspoon?
Yeah.
Yeah, a few drops at a time. Or if you were using, again, like we said, if you're using food coloring, just a few drops. And then stir. Okay. Now, coffee filters. These are big, giant coffee filters. We have 2 of them stuck together because we found one was a little bit too thin. So, 2 coffee filters. I'm sending them in for a bath into my gluey water. Sorry, Miss Kate, that you're not doing this project.
You know I love this.
I'm going to guess Miss Kate wouldn't even have gloves on. Okay, so she does. All right, I'm making sure I don't have any white spots. Although it probably would be okay. Just give your nightlight a different look.
But you also need the glue there to give it the...
You need the glue to hold the shape, because when the glue dries, that's what gives you your shape. So I'm making sure I get all of my glue onto my, rub it together. I'm going to try to keep them together, and remember it's really thin paper, so it's important that you're gentle with it so you don't rip it. Okay, so can you see? Oh, it's like a pizza. Okay, now I'm going to take it. I've taken a cup and covered it with plastic wrap, and I've taken my base and covered it with plastic wrap because I'm afraid it would stick if I didn't. I think you could also use wax paper. That would work.
Yeah, you probably could, but it'd be hard to get the wax paper on the cup.
Yeah, that would be hard.
Okay.
Okay, plastic peels right out. So now I'm going to take my cup. I'm going to take my coffee filters, try to get the middle section at the top. I think you could make little ones with littler cups and little coffee filters. And then I'm going to drape it around my cup, catching all the edges. You know, maybe it's trying to look like it's a coral under the sea. So, you know, it doesn't have to be perfect. You just want to make sure the bottom touches on all the sections so that your light has a solid base. Okay, like that.
And what are you going to do next?
Well, I'm going to show you up close so you can kind of see. I'm going to take this and put it outside in the sunshine. It took about half a day to dry, and you don't want to work with it again until it's dry. So now magically, as we do...
Oh, but we've been missing...
What did I forget?
You didn't dribble on some...
We thought about this after. Now I have my little pipette. Oh, yes. And I'm going to make it look like it has some different colors on it. So I'm going to drip a little extra color on there. Oh, Miss Kate, I forgot, that's so fancy. Oh, I love my little pipette. And turn it around.
Those are fun to work with.
Oh, and then you get, so your coral has different kind of colors to it. Oh my gosh, so fun. I could just do this all day. Then it would look like that, no light would shine through. All right, oh, that's very lovely. Okay, oh, now that has to dry. Take a little while. Then when it's all the way dry, okay, so now I'm gonna leave that up there. And I'm gonna take my gloves off because I've done that messy part. I'm gonna clean up my work area a little bit. Now imagine, if you will, your thing is dry. You take it and you're gonna have to, oops, you'll peel the cup out and pull the cellophane out. It will happen really easily because the cellophane, the saran wrap will just pull out. And then you're left with this, which is gonna sit on your base. So then you're gonna uncover your base and then you're gonna use some of your liquid watercolor to paint it.
Or if you mix a little bit of water with food coloring, you could do the same
Yeah,
thing, right?
or if you
don't have
had,
liquid watercolor.
you know, too, if you had watercolor paints at home, I think you could use the blue watercolor paints to paint the base as well. Anything that's blue. The way that it falls on this is poster board. You could use cardboard. You could use, this isn't poster board, this is foam core. You could use poster board for your base. Be creative, recycle. Okay, so that's my base. And then, so then I would have my, oh, look at that, so pretty. Then I just took, oh, I didn't bring any foam with me, Miss Kate. I took some little foam bits and I cut them out and I glued them on to be coral. And I had some old seashells at my house and I glued those on to decorate. Oh, Miss Kate is using a special handy thing. I don't know if you've ever seen this. It's sort of like foamy board, but you could use colored paper, I think.
Yes, you could.
You could use, yeah, kind of anything you want. I'll cut a little fish. Hello, little fish. And then you could use your Sharpie to draw a face on your fish. Here's my little fish. And then I get my friend out, Mr. Tacky Glue. My fish, this fish will be able to camouflage himself in the coral.
And you
I glue
could
it on.
use regular school glue, just to take
School
longer to
glue,
dry.
yeah. You just have to wait for it to dry. And then you would then just put your tea light. I don't think you want to do this with a live flame because you know what would happen. You would burn up your coral reef. So you're going to then put it on top and then you can put it next to your bed when you go to sleep. Wait, with your pillow. Good night. And there you have a nice night light made with coffee filters and food coloring and things you might just have at your house. All right, thank you for joining us today for Under the Sea Nightlight. If you like this video, you can subscribe to us at YouTube or, Miss Kate, what else?
Follow us on Instagram at Alameda Arts Fun.
Yeah, thanks for joining us. Bye, friends.